What up? What up, my brother?
What's up with it, bro? How you feeling, man?
Oh man, good. Like King Kong.
No doubt, man.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm maintaining, man. I can't complain.
Family doing good during this time?
Yeah, man. The family definitely doing good. You know what I mean? That's always a blessing. You know, that's the most important thing. So definitely the family doing great. How about your family?
Everybody good. Everybody good. We just left the tennis court.
Oh man, that's good exercise, man.
Yeah, hitting some tennis balls. I'm trying to get in some shape.
Smart man.
But yeah, everything good. This coronavirus, slowed us down a little bit, but at the same time, we got to figure out ways to get around it.
We do. The realest thing they said during this whole corona thing is the new normal. That's the realest thing, because we got to adapt and basically change the way we was moving around, change the way we was living, and take things into consideration, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
Or
So how you been coping with it?
I've been taking it one day at a time, man. You know, it was bad for me, you know what I'm saying, because I actually lost family members to it. Well, I actually lost one family member to it, you know what I mean, directly to the coronavirus, and then my uncle, man. But we grew up more like brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he wasn't too far ahead of me in age. He actually didn't have the coronavirus, but the hospitals in New York City were so overwhelmed with people who had COVID that he went in there, you know, for another illness that he had, and they just didn't give him no help. You know what I mean? Once they found out you didn't have COVID, they really ain't give a fuck about you, you know what I'm saying? And long story short, he actually passed away in the ER. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was tough on that aspect, but as far as family, man, you know, and I think you would agree, you actually got to know some of your family members better throughout this shit, because
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And get to know yourself a little better as well, you know?
That's a fact.
Because you don't really know yourself until you put under some type of pressure, you know?
Definitely.
I believe that this virus it scared me.
Okay.
You know, and I ain't usually scared, you know what I'm saying? But the way that it hit and the way that it could have hit, it kind of shook me up a little bit, you know.
Did you catch it?
No, I stayed in the house.
Smart man. Smart man.
Right now I'm going on 8 months, no coronavirus. You know what I'm saying?
That's peace. I did the same thing, man. We took it real serious over here, like immediately. You know what I mean? We quarantined, you know what I mean? And people was looking at me, they was laughing at me like, oh man, you overreacting, man. You acting like you scared. I'm like, all right.
And they told me the same thing.
Word is more.
Partners laughing at me, man, you ain't gonna come out. Hell no, I ain't coming out. For what? Hey, for what? You know what
that's a fact. And you know what? With me, man, not only did I not want to get sick, more importantly, I'm thinking like, damn, I don't want to bring this shit home to my family, man. You know
For real.
I couldn't do it, bro.
Yeah, I had like 8 people that I knew personally that passed from it.
Wow.
So you know it affect, and they passed. One of my partners passed early, man, like February.
Damn.
So I was like on it. Then I had like 4 or 5 more that got real sick from it. You know, where they was like, man, Rick, this thing is crazy. You know, so you know, I was just like being really cautious. You know, with everybody that come around. I didn't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Still, you know, I don't really like being, you know, around a lot of people. You know, I'm loosening up a little bit. You know, with the mask and everything, but. You know, at the end of the day, man, I'm taking it. Even though some people say, "Oh, it's fake," I ain't taking no chances. You know?
Yeah, but when people dying, man, it ain't, that shit ain't fake. You know what I mean? I know everybody got their theories and their outlooks, but I think they need to understand. You know, you got to deal with what's happening right in front of your eyes, and the reality is people dying from this shit. That ain't fake.
Yeah, and then you don't believe the doctors. And I believe a lot of that comes from Donald Trump, you know, with the way that he's been approaching the whole situation. He's been feeding people a lot of BS, and people been buying into it. And, you know, it's just crazy, man. But we ain't gonna get into politics today.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I agree with you though. I agree with you though. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I voted for the first time. You know, I felt that it was important to get this guy out of here. You know, so that the country could get some form of normality back into play. You know.
Right. You didn't vote when Obama was going in?
I was in jail.
Oh, you was locked up. Okay.
Yeah. I was locked up when Obama came through.
Okay.
So you know, that would have been a good time, but you know, this was a good time. You know, I'll be able to talk about how I helped get him out of office. You know.
There you go. I like that confidence, man, because you know they play dirty, man. But I'm hoping for the best, man. I can't watch this dude on TV for another 4 years or whatever, man. I can't, man.
With this stupidity.
Foolishness, man. They're just clowning, man. Like this shit is unbelievable, man. Like, damn, man. I don't even know how he pulled it off, man.
And they let him get away with it, you know?
Yeah.
So many things that they've been letting this guy get away with, man, that is crazy.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Now with your Black Love movement, tell me a little bit about that. What's going on with that?
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, you know, I feel like a false narrative is painted about our people out there that we can't have that family foundation, and you know, black people don't stick together. You know, the black fathers don't take care of their kids. You know, they don't. It's basically said that we can't have that strong family unit, and that's something that's not true. You know, even though it's hard times growing up in the ghetto, you also have families, because I grew up, both of my parents was married. You know what I'm saying? We struggled. We wasn't rich, but we was together. We had each other. And that made me at a young age say, you know what, when I grow up one day, man, I want to have a wife. Because I seen pictures on the wall. My pops had the Jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? He had the white suit on. You know what I mean? My mom's had the fly dress on. I always tell the story. And I used to look at that like, damn, one day I want to have a wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it had to be the right person. You know what I mean? And definitely, man, you know, my wife, we fell in love and we got married. And Black love is my way of life. It's not just a terminology or a phrase that I live by. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount of loyalty and faithfulness that we maintain within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, Black love is loyalty. You know what I mean? Being faithful and just keeping that strong family foundation.
No doubt. Anybody don't love black, something got to be wrong with them.
Something wrong with them, man.
I love black.
There you go.
Not that I don't love everybody, you know, because I don't have no enemies. You know, there ain't nobody that I dislike. But, you know, that blackness, man, is just like something special about it, you know.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. You know, black woman is the most precious jewel, you know. But, you know, people from other different walks of life, they can share black love also. You know, black out all negativity and show love. So it's for everybody, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dope. That's dope.
Definitely.
But, I totally get it, man. Anybody that... and then, you know, what's so crazy, though, is how they brainwash us into believing that there ain't nothing to kill one of us, you know, with the terminology that we use. You know, that's one of the reasons I stopped using the N-word, is because I found out that most of the time when a brother kill another brother, the first thing he say is, you know, fuck that nigga. You know, you ain't gonna never say, man, I'm gonna have to kill my brother. I'm gonna kill my brother. No, they don't say that. They say, I'm gonna kill that nigga. So, you know, when we use those negative words, they bring on negative actions, and the system has programmed us to, and it's my personal opinion, you know, this ain't nothing that I proved or no fact, but this system has programmed us into believing that if we kill another black man, it's nothing. You know, you ain't gonna go to jail. You ain't gonna get the death penalty. You know, it's just so much, you know, that I've learned, and really during this pandemic, you know, because I've been watching a lot of news, you know, since I've been down, and I never thought about systematic racism before until after I saw all this stuff going on, and then I started to look back at my life and say,
Right.
wow, well, these are some of the things that was holding me back so that I couldn't put myself in the position that I wanted to be in, because it was a system that was working against me. You know, I didn't learn how to read till I was 28 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I went from not being able to read to reading law books and debating the law with people who supposed to be scholars. And I was like, damn, you're able to debate the law with these people, and you just started doing the law 2 years ago, and they've been doing it for 40 years, 30 years. Their mama did it, and here you are from the streets, no high school diploma, no formal education, but now you're able to read the law and debate it with, some of the people who they thought were some of the smartest people in the country.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, and I totally respect your outlook on the N-word. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. But one of the reasons why I still actually do use the word is because I look at it like this. When I say it, first and foremost, I'm saying N-I-G-G-A. And I feel like, our people were raped, murdered by that word for so long. One of the last things the slaves heard before they was killed, like you said, was die, nigga, or brothers who were incarcerated, get in that cell, nigga. So I look at it like this generation, we took that word and flipped it and let them know this doesn't bother us anymore. So it's more or less for me, it's like a term of endearment. Like, yo, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You that nigga. To let them know that word doesn't bother me. Like right. I had an individual call me a nigga the other day. You know what I mean? I was on the PlayStation playing a video game, and I killed the dude in the game, and he's like, nigga. And I'm like, so? Like, that don't bother me. Like, we letting them know it's a term of that word doesn't affect me. You can't harm me with that word no more. So I feel like it kind of takes the meaning off of it.
Yeah. No, I understand, and I don't get offended when I hear people use it. It's just something that I did, try to do with myself, because I wanted to be more righteous. I want to be right. I want to do the right things. I understand. When I got in the dope game, I thought that shit was cool, but then I later on found out that it was some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of brothers went to jail, and a lot of people lost a lot of things. People went hungry just to get high, and here I am doing it so that I could have the finer things of life. And I just said, you know what? I don't want to make that kind of mistake no more. I don't want to be that far wrong. Like I feel like I was super out of place, when I look back at my life, and I just totally got caught up in this fantasy of I gotta have it. Fuck it, I gotta get this. I'm gonna get it no matter what, and I don't want to do that with something else. Right. So, I just be trying to be self-conscious, checking myself.
Nah, that's dope. That's great. That's a great thing, man. Just to see a brother like yourself who went through what you went through in the past and learn from it, because everybody don't do that. You know what I mean? It's brothers who probably older than you, and unfortunately, they haven't made that change in their life. They still doing some of the same things that they was doing. So just to hear you talk about it and say, I want to make myself better, that's inspiration. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all supposed to be, Minister Farrakhan said we can never reach perfection, but we always supposed to be striving for it. And, that's one of the things that I want to constantly strive to be perfect, but not knowing that I ain't gonna never accomplish that goal, but I still want to strive toward that direction. I want to be going in that direction. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. What you think about these cops getting off with killing all these black folks, man?
Man, I think it's nothing new. It's been going on. I think the only thing different now is that they kind of shot themselves in the foot with these damn camera cell phones now. You know what I mean? They created it and put it out there in everyone's hand so people can do their work, their job for them. And it kind of came back and bit them in the ass because now they turning the cameras on them and we're getting to see what happened to the you know, all of the brothers who died in the past, man, the Sean Bells who weren't recorded. We're getting to see now. We're not just taking their word for it. And also, I feel like us as a people, man, I feel like we gotta do better and put ourselves in a position where we can police our own neighborhoods. You know, when you go into people from all different walks of life, they policing their own neighborhoods. Out here in New York City, you go to Crown Heights, you know, the Jewish people, they got sirens on their vehicles. You know what I mean? You commit a crime over there, they making that citizen's arrest. And
right.
you know what I mean? And, you know, any part of New York you go to Chinatown, you know, you got businesses that are flourishing, they supporting each other. You got Little Italy, same thing. But when you go, why we don't have a town for black people where we got businesses and we supporting each other and putting ourselves in a position where we can police our own neighborhoods and we don't got to worry about no racist cops shooting our kids down. So I feel like, you know, it's a long shot and it ain't gonna happen overnight, but that's something we got to take into consideration when we're seeing these police shooting us down and getting away with it. So I feel like the change lies in us with that, man.
No, you're absolutely correct. I agree with you. And I go even further that we need people who look like us policing our neighborhoods. You know, people from our neighborhood who grew up in our neighborhood who know, you know, Lil Johnny when he was a kid.
Right.
You know? Because a lot of times what they'll do with their people is they'll give their people a break where he never see the judge because the cop gave him a break because he knew him.
Yep.
So, you know, it's time for us to start getting people in position to where we can now put our people in position to make some of those calls. But, you know, that's just some of the things I be thinking about, man. And that's one of the reasons that I voted this year, too, is because I want to start putting people in position that got my back. You know,
exactly.
And argue my issues, the things that affect me and my family and my community, other than everybody else's issues. You know, everybody else get their issues, but nobody address our issues.
Nope. It's not gonna never stop. They're not gonna stop shooting us, bro. They keep getting away with it. Why would they ever stop? They nervous. You know what I mean? Like you said, we gotta have our own kind policing us who are all comfortable being around us. They nervous. The minute they pull you over, first thing they doing, they gripping on their gun.
Man.
You know what I mean? Most of them punks, never been through nothing. So, you know, their first instinct, oh, he's a nigga. He got some pounds. He got some weight on him. I got to shoot him. And the judicial system not going to protect us, man. It's not in the Constitution. They never going to put them in prison. They're never going to incarcerate them. Even if they do, it's a slap on the wrist. It's probation. You know what I mean? I actually wrote a song called Tribute where I documented all of the homicides of people from Black and Latino nationality who were murdered by police. And I did it from A to Z, 26 letters. And as I was doing my research, I learned that all of those cops got away. I'm talking Eric Garner, like the list goes on. And when it's in the media, everybody's on it, everybody protested, and we forget about it, and they slide out the back door, slap on the wrist, probation. Nothing happens, man. So I feel like we got to do better within ourselves, man, and become stronger, man.
Yeah, it seems like we only stay on it for a couple months and then we just go. You know, like George Floyd. I ain't heard nothing about George Floyd in a minute.
You see that?
But so many other people done got killed since him, you know? So I can't understand that, but we can't let it die. And I heard the cop got out of jail and nobody even mentioned it.
Nope.
On the news or nothing.
Nope. When it's a trending topic, everybody on it. Then on to the next thing. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to stop doing, man. You know what I mean? We got to do better within ourselves, man, and make ourselves stronger.
Even a lot of our celebrities, you know, I noticed at the funeral was a lot of the celebrities, but you know, when you're alive and you're out in these streets, they don't never show up.
Oh hell no.
To do nothing in the community.
They don't. They. You know, you out here. You know, things are going bad in the community. Nobody care. Let somebody get murdered, and it's a big story. Everybody care now. It's too late.
Yeah.
Ain't no coming back from that.
Care when it ain't on CNN.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you vote this year?
Nah, I'm voting tomorrow though.
Okay.
I'm voting tomorrow. I voted for Obama both times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely voting tomorrow. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. We all need to get out and vote. Everybody get out and vote. You heard it.
Oh yeah, everybody go out there and vote, man. You gotta vote, man. You got some brothers who like, man, my vote don't count. You know what I mean? I don't like neither one of them. You can't take that mentality, man. You know, there's so many great people, man, who lay down their lives for us to be able to vote. When the black vote didn't exist back then. You know what I'm saying? Dr. King, I could keep going. You know, Medgar Evers, you know, so many people, even if the fight wasn't directly on that topic, they still went on that front line. And I feel like they die in vain if we don't exercise it. And also, if you're unhappy with what's going on in society, make an attempt to change it, man. Go out there and vote. You know what I mean?
Get involved.
Yeah.
I found out that playing politics, man, is a way to make money.
Yeah, it is. I've seen that.
Money playing politics, you know.
That's a fact.
And if you don't play the politics, the people who are playing gonna get the money first.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You'll be sitting on the sideline mad because you didn't get no money.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Even with our people being killed, some of the fake black leaders that go out there and they take the bullhorn out and they start making noise until them people say, okay, enough is enough. We're gonna give you this. And you get quiet. You don't hear about it no more. I'm telling you, man, this is what goes on. Like you said.
Truth.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like speaking the truth, man.
The almighty dollar, my brother. Almighty dollar. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that, man. If you're gonna fight for the cause, fight for the cause.
And that dollar is the power, because that's what they pay attention to. If you can control their dollar, they'll listen to you.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, definitely. Now you're saying something.
Yeah. That's one of the main things that they've been concerned about the pandemic, is that it shut down their economy. You know, the economy is tanking.
Mm-hmm.
And they nervous. See, the economy been tanked for us.
Right.
We've been out here having it hard.
Right.
Landlord knocking on the door, talking about y'all gotta move, y'all ain't paid y'all rent. We know what it's like.
Oh yeah, we grew up like that, so we know what it feel like. But for them, it's like, wait a minute, we can't fill up these seats in these arenas for these sports. Oh man, the stock market is going down. Oh fuck this, man, we gotta fix this.
We gotta do something.
Yeah.
Now, who influenced you to get into rap?
Oh man, you know, hip hop is a culture, man. Hip hop is something you live. To me, rap is something you do. I fell in love with the culture before I actually started rapping. So the beatboxing, you know what I mean? The breakdancing, all of that attracted me at a real young age. And, you know, I wrote my first rap and I said it to my friends. And their reaction was like, whoa, from that minute I said, yeah, this is what I want to do with my life, man, as a kid, though. So hip hop itself influenced me, man. The Big Daddy Kane's, the Cool G Raps, all of those guys when I was real young.
No doubt. Early 2000, you signed with Jive Records, man, and they said they gave you $1.5 million. Mm-hmm. You know, how old was you when you got that check?
Man, I was in my 20s at that time, man, and it was a long time coming, though, man. To be honest with you, I worked real hard even to get to that point. You know what I mean? And it felt like it was never gonna happen for me. You know, man, at one point I even wanted to give up because it was like, I'm doing all this for nothing. And I just kept working. I didn't give up. I was consistent. I actually put out about 15 mixtapes back to back, 20-something tracks on each one. And it felt like it was falling on deaf ears, man. I couldn't get a record deal for nothing. And finally it happened at that point that you mentioned. And so it was a long time coming, but it felt great, man. I was able to do some great things, you know, for my family.
So it didn't happen overnight?
It didn't happen overnight, man. It was blood, sweat, and tears. It was a long journey, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So often people think it just fall in your lap, man.
Nah, man. It wasn't just me, man. You know, I come from a real big family. And all of my uncles, man, all of my uncles in my family except for one. Because my grandmother had 17 kids. So all of my uncles in my family went up north and did bids as I was a kid growing up. I seen that. So I ended up having a lot of cousins, and there was a lot of us. And then a lot of my brothers who grew up in my neighborhood, they all believed in me. So it was an army of us. It wasn't just Papoose, you know what I mean? It was a whole army who believed in me, and we was kicking down doors. And people wasn't trying to hear it, man. But they all believed in me, and they knew one day I was going, I would make it because they knew I had the talent. They would put money up on me, the battle cats in the street and shit like that. And long story short, when the deal finally happened for me, a lot of them didn't even live to see it. Or, they was incarcerated, things like that. So it was like bittersweet, man. I was happy to be there, but I was like, damn, man, such and such is not here to share this with me,
Yeah.
But it was a long journey though, brother.
Yeah, that's cool how we got to grow up like that, and have so many people around us, get laid to rest.
Yeah, man.
Engage, man. How did you and my man K Slay hook up, man?
Oh man, I met Slade, man. To be honest, I was in the street, man, being a knucklehead, and I got myself jammed up, and they had me on Rikers Island for a short period of time. And when I was in there, I seen how brothers was living, and I seen the path that I was on. I said, if I keep going on this path, I'm gonna be living like this, man. These brothers in here, they gotta ask for permission to wash their ass. You know what I'm saying? They gotta eat when they're told to eat and things like. I said, this ain't what I want. When I get out of here, I'm gonna take my music serious. So I came home, I pressed up my CD. I started selling it in the hood. And at that time, if you wasn't on certain labels like Murder Inc., Rockefeller, a few of the other popular labels, new artists wasn't getting on. So I listened to the radio, and I hear this guy named K Slay. And as I'm listening, I realized he was playing new artists. He was giving new artists a shot. I said, oh, shit. I said, yo, I need to meet this dude. So I looked it up, the address to Hot 97. We jumped in the ride, man. We went up there and we waited for him. He came out the station. I said, yo, listen, my name is Papoose, man. Here's my CD. He took the CD. When he took the CD, I said, all right, cool. I gave him my CD. I'm excited now. I listened to the radio. He on the air for 2 hours. I ain't hear my song. I said, oh, shit. This nigga dissing me, man. He ain't play the song. You know what I mean? I was kind of naive to the game. Like, I said, yo, I know he giving other cats a shot. And some of them cats he play, I know I'm better than them. Yeah. So I went back up there. I caught another CD. I said, yo, here you go. And same thing. Same scenario. He ain't played the song. I said, oh, fuck this, man. This nigga tripping, man. So now, I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay up here at the radio, and I'm going to listen. If he don't play the song, when he come down, me and this dude going to have a problem. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to the show and shit. Same scenario. So it's about to go off. So I call up. Just so happened he picked the phone up. I said, yo, what's up, man? Why you ain't play my song? He said, yo, listen, man. Everybody can't be a rapper. You know what I mean? Some people got to be a fireman. He started going off. I said, all right, cool. So he come downstairs. I approach him. As soon as I approach him, Slade, he ain't with the bullshit. So we get into it now. So as it's about to escalate, the brother that he was with, he said, yo, I got you. He took the CD. He said, I got you. I said, cool. We went our separate ways. I'm in the hood, man. I'm into another negative situation. As I'm leaving that situation, my phone rings. It's K Slay. He said, yo, man, I listened to the CD. You on the radio next week. I was like, yes, man. You know what I mean? I went up on the radio, man. I spit live on the air, and the rest was history, man. We started rocking together.
Yeah, like that?
Yeah, man. That's how it happened. Word is born.
Hey, you had that determination, though.
Yeah, man. I was determined, man, because I really believed in myself. And I'm like, yo, I know if I could get my music to the people, it could work out. And then I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out of the street, man. I didn't want to spend my life like that,
Man, most people would have quit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They quit when he said no that first time. Definitely on the second time, it was over. They'd have been like, man, fuck that dude, man.
Yeah.
Never speak to him again.
And he told me, he said, yo, when I listened to the CD and I realized you was nice, I was like, damn, how the hell I'm going to tell this dude, that he nice, man. I can't even tell him that. I'm just going to invite him on the radio, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it worked out.
That was dope.
Out. Nah, definitely, man. We wound up, me and Slay wound up getting that $1.5 million deal together because me and him, we started going crazy, and that put me in place to get that opportunity. So shout out to Slay. You know, he gave me my first shot.
Yeah. You had one of the dopest songs in hip hop, man.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that Alphabet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no doubt, man.
Man,
definitely.
That was one of the dopest songs in hip hop, man. How did you come up with that one?
The way I came up with Alphabetical Slaughter was when I was young. At one point, I read that Malcolm X, read the entire dictionary. So I said, you know what? I want to try that. And in the process of me reading the dictionary, I created Alphabetical Slaughter, where I just was rhyming, and each word, if you're using A, you only can use A words, B, only B words. And I challenged myself to stick to that. And I did it all the way through. And I put it out on vinyl back in the days, white label. And then when I met Slay, we released it on his album. You know what I mean? Alphabetical Slaughter.
Dope. Shit, I lost my train of thought, man. But you definitely gave up some game here on a couple things already. Is that determination not to give up? That you got to stay fast. You got to stay with what you believe in, because if you don't, you'll wind up somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely, man. Never give up, because that moment when you're about to give up, you're gonna miss the miracle, man. You know, when you put in all that work like that, you can't. What you gonna do? You might be closer to your destination than you think you are. So what you gonna turn around and go all the way back, or you gonna keep rising to the damn top? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Never give up, man. You know what I mean? And be yourself. Always be yourself, man, because you never know. You trying to be somebody else, you can end up with their results. You know what I'm saying? If you just be yourself, nobody has your DNA. So you never know how the world might react to that. You know what I mean? As an artist, a performer, or whatever you are, always try to be unique, man, and you do it from the heart.
Now, you've been around for the mixtape game as well as the streaming game.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between the two, you think? Which one was the best?
I think the streaming is better now. It's the same thing, though. It's the same thing. The only thing they did was they just took it, the mixtapes, all the work that we did on the mixtape scene, they took it and capitalized off it with the streaming. You know, if we would have had streaming back then when I was coming up, instead of mixtapes, oh man, I would have made a lot more money, man. But like I told you, I put out tapes off the rip. When me and Slay started working, I was putting out a mixtape every month. Cats hated me, man. You know what I mean? We flooded the streets. And now with the streaming, you know, when the artists get hot, they get one record and start streaming, it's all over the place. But you know, it's individuals like, you know, Ghazi at Empire, KP and them over at Dat Piff. You know what I mean? Dat Piff was around in the mixtape era. But what he was able to do was take that same format and flip it over to the digital side, where it's a website now, and you go on there and instead of buying the actual physical copy, you just stream it. You stream the material. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So the mixtape era, to me, it kind of built the foundation for the streaming to even happen. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
How did you and Remy hook up?
Me and my wife, I met her actually through K-Slay. Basically, when we started rocking, he hit me up one day. He was like, "Yo, Remy want to do a song with you," because you know she was doing her thing way before me, and I was like, "Oh, word!" I was a new artist at the time, you know what I mean? And he was like, "Yo, I think she like you, man." I said, "Word?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm gonna tell you, that's my little sister, man. I'm letting you know she crazy. So if you gonna fuck with her, man, make sure you be serious about it." I said, "Yo," I said, "All right," but it was strange that he gave me that call, because one time I had seen her on the DVD and I was like, damn, you know, and this when I wasn't even known in music. I wasn't even in the industry yet. I told my uncle, I said, "Yo, one day, man, I'm gonna have her," you know what I'm saying? And when Slay gave me that call, I came to the studio. She never showed up. I said, damn. So another time we was there just working, and she actually popped up on this particular day. And, you know, she came in the studio. she's screaming on Slay, yo, turn that shit down, like wailing on everybody in the studio. And I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen nobody talk to Slay like this, man. I like this girl, man. She got a lot of heart. But you know, they got that big brother little sister relationship, so you know that's how they interact. But she was just thorough, man. The way she handled herself, and I was like, damn. And you know, we did the track together, and we was just friends. You know what I mean? We would spend a lot of time just chopping it up, building. And she was actually schooling me on the music business because she was in the game before me. So she was telling me, like, yo, you know, I see you a little rough around the edges, you know what I mean? You and your crew, but I'm letting y'all know, don't come in this industry with that shit. You know, a lot of these dudes, they don't live what they rap about. If you come in here and you put fear in them, they're gonna blackball you. They're gonna hate on you. You know what I mean? And I ain't listen to that shit. And you know, our relationship is just grew over time, man. And here we are, you know?
Yeah, man, you did something that most dudes don't do. You held her down for 8 years while she was gone.
Yeah, man.
That's big.
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
You know, most people don't, you know, they don't hold them down for a week.
Nah, they don't, man.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Nah, man. I know you know, man. And you know what's crazy about that is I was always taught by the older dudes growing up, like, yo, you know, women, bitches ain't shit. You know what I mean? If you ever get locked up, they gonna leave you. They ain't gonna hold you down. And it was very strange to me because when I go to the male facility to visit my homies, the prison, the visiting floor is crowded with females. Even when it's snow outside, they pushing strollers up there. They all holding the dudes down. But when I was going to visit my wife in the women's facility, the visiting floor is empty. Nobody's visiting them. You know what I mean? And she was in the maximum facility full of women, but nobody was holding them down. Just like me and maybe 2 other dudes who was coming to see their lady. You know what I mean? You might see a grandmother here and there, but no dudes was holding the women down. So that brought me to the conclusion that some of these dudes are the real bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because they leaving these women for dead in there.
That's something there. Definitely. Now, y'all was on Love and Hip Hop too. What was it like having cameras following you everywhere you go in all your personal life? And, you know, just every time you turn around, you got a camera in your face. Yeah.
At first, I didn't want to do Love and Hip Hop because the show had a bad reputation. But we came to the conclusion that, you know, why not try it out? You know what I mean? We ain't going to be on there doing no foolishness or, you know, just playing no games. And it took some getting used to be honest with you. It took a lot of getting used to at first. But, you know, like I said, we ain't go up there doing the hoopla, man. You know, people throw drinks on each other. They just do a lot of craziness. We went up there and we was just being ourselves. And it was crazy that the world enjoyed it and they loved it. Because usually on that show, before we came on, you really didn't see black love. You know what I mean? So
real talk.
I think it was oversaturated with the negativity. You know what I mean? And when we filmed the show, I was expecting to get clowned for that shit. I was like, oh man, they gonna kill me when this show come out, man. Because I knew the world had never seen that side of me. You know what I mean? The family side. I was proposing on one knee. You know what I mean? Just showing that fatherly figure. And actually, when the first episode aired, I got nothing but love from the people. You know what I mean? So that showed me that people wanted to see some black love, man.
Well, you know, you different anyway, so
thanks, brother.
Stay different.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing but be you.
There you go.
And you try to be something else, it ain't gonna work. So
nope. Right.
Keep doing that. You dropping a new album, right? Endangered Species.
Yeah, it actually came out October 9th. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
With that title.
Thank you. Basically just everything that's going on in society with police killing us, man. You know, us as a people, you know, even with the coronavirus, us as a people, we are an endangered species. And then in music, you know, real true MCs, real artists are an endangered species. You know, we very rare.
For sure. Let me see, where was I at? Who would you like to work with in the industry that you haven't worked with already?
Oh man, so far, I never did a song with Big Daddy Kane and Eminem. I never did a song with Eminem. I would love to work with those two. Definitely. Yeah, man, definitely, man.
Why would you want to work with them two?
Big Daddy Kane was one of my favorite rappers as a child growing up. You know what I'm saying? Just a masterful lyricist, man. Influenced me, man. Influenced me to even, want to be nice at hip hop. You know what I mean? Hip hop itself made me want to rap, but I could say guys like Kane and G-Rap, they made me want to be nice. You know what I mean? So I want to do that. And Eminem, man, another masterful lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I would love to work with him, man, just to have that experience of working with somebody, you know what I mean, of his caliber.
I had Kane on here a couple months ago. When
oh, word?
Yeah. He was super cool, man. I really enjoyed that interview, because when I was really, listening to hip hop, he was one of the ones that I listened to. I ain't really into it like I used to be into it. A lot of this new music, I just don't.
I don't blame you.
I don't
blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you, brother.
We had a thing about dope fiends. We really didn't. We didn't really cut for dope fiends,
Mm-hmm.
And now to hear him rap about using drugs and bragging about it, it's like, what?
Yeah, man.
Where we at? Which way?
Yeah, man. I try to make the best out of it. This shit is crazy though. It's a sign of the times,
Yeah, but we gotta have some responsibility because they are like our leaders. You know what I'm saying? Our young people follow them, and if you lead them down a road of addiction and all kind of stuff come with that drug use. Like when I started selling cocaine, I was only 19 and I didn't really know, about addiction and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But once you find out, then, one day we might look back and say, damn, man, these dudes talk all these people into using these pills and, and using heroin and all this stuff and look at it totally different, because when we started selling cocaine, everybody thought it was cool.
No, definitely. I agree with you 100%. I feel like with all these pills and stuff that they popping now, it's gonna be the same scenario. I feel like it was back then. When crack first came out, people thought it was cool, smoking it in their blunts and all of that. And until people started getting smoked out and they started labeling them, "You're a crackhead."
Exactly.
I feel like with these pills, it's cool now, but later on, you're definitely gonna be looked down upon. So I agree.
They're already getting hooked because they're going from the pills to that needle.
Yep.
That dog food. When you can't get the pills no more, you turn straight to that dog food. So hopefully our rappers will start taking more responsibility. Because our black people, man, we need more leaders. People who gonna stand up and lead us down the right path. Because so many people are already trying to mislead us.
That's a fact.
Somebody gotta guide us down the right track.
Definitely, I agree.
What's your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song on the album, I got a song called The Human Body, where I actually broke down all different functions of the human brain, tell you how the brain works, you know what I mean? And basically the message in that record is eat better, you know what I mean? So you can be more healthy. That's one of them. And my second favorite song is Maturity. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah, I've been vegan 30 years.
Wow, man. Damn, brother. 30 years?
30 years, man.
Wow, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I started living that vegan life, last year, and I was doing good. And then when the pandemic hit, I fell off, man.
Yeah, I cut the salts, the sugar, the butter, the milk, all that stuff.
Wow, man.
All of it, man.
Wow, I take my hat off to you, brother, because I definitely did it. And you know what? I think you will agree with me. I feel like everything was more sharp. You know what I mean?
Oh, no question.
Everything was more sharp, man. Like I do the boxing thing, and when I would go spar, before I was vegan, I would be sluggish after a while. But when I turned vegan, I would go in there with guys who was actually training for fights. And I feel like I could see every punch coming, man, before they even threw it, man. Like, I was just sharp on it in every aspect. And I think I'm gonna go back to it, man. But I can honestly say I fell off
Yeah. Well, all it is bounce back.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Just start over.
30 years is a long time, man. Salute, man.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
Powerful. That's powerful.
how you pick your team members?
What you mean as far as the music?
Like who you gonna work with?
Oh, I like people who are just as hungry as me and just as dedicated. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm putting 100, you can't come in here with 50 or 25. You got to be putting 100 too. You know, so I definitely like hard workers, man, and people who, you know, so we can share that common goal, because I'm in this to win. I ain't in here, you know, you can't come into this and think, oh, Pap is a celebrity. He's on television. He's on the radio. You know, he's supposed to give me this and give me that and feel entitled like I owe you something. No, you got to come in here and say, yo, Pap, I got this opportunity over here where we can make some money together. You know what I'm saying? Don't come and try to eat off of my pocket.
Right.
I mean, let's build something together.
They want you to get it. They want you to go make the check and give it to them.
What part of the game is that, man?
Turn the check over, Pap. Hey, get the check up, man.
So I just like
me. Don't you like me?
There you go.
Ain't I the homie?
Oh, he's shitting on me. He's shitting on me, man. He ain't doing right. You know, nah, man. You know, we got to come in here and build together. You know what I'm saying? I put in a lot of work. You got to do the same.
Real talk. Man, you got a lot of Black Love merchandise. Where can they get that stuff at?
Definitely, man. If you follow me on social media, man, you click the link in my bio. Everything is right there, man. Shout out to my team. I got Vinny. He set it up for me like that, where it takes you directly to the store. ShopPapoose.com. We got the hats, the shirts, everything Black Love, everything Papoose, everything Endangered Species right there. On Instagram, at Papoose, Facebook, Papoose Mackie, Twitter, Papoose Online. You get everything right there.
Man, I always ask my guests before they leave to leave us with a few words of encouragement, man.
Oh, definitely.
Can you do that for us?
Yeah, I would say, you know, never give up. You know what I mean? Be persistent, be consistent. Never let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. Always be determined, you know what I'm saying? And take care of your family. Always put your family first.
Man, when you gonna do the book?
I'm working on it. Me and my wife actually writing a book together. I'm gonna break down the ways to treat your lady like a queen, and she's gonna break down the ways to treat your man like a king. Straight up.
Make sure I get one as soon as they come out. Man.
That's a fact, man. It's an honor to meet you, brother. Even though it's not in the flesh, you know what I mean? It's an honor to do this.
Well, we definitely gonna get together. You know, I come to New York 3 times a year when the pandemic ain't out.
Okay.
So
That's right.
I'm just waiting for this thing to blow over, then I'm gonna get back on the road.
Right.
And if you need any help with that book, you know, I self-publish. I'm on my 3rd one. I self-publish.
I definitely can use that assistance, and I gotta check some of your books out. So hopefully your people can send me some titles, man. I love to read, man.
Okay, all right, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna tell them to look out for you. You know, I also got the cannabis industry too.
You said what?
I'm in the cannabis industry.
I heard.
I want a license out here, so I got a couple brands I'm doing, and I'm also helping other people get their brand started here in California. So,
well, you got a brother right here who's interested, man. So
all right,
work,
we gonna holler. We gonna holler.
Okay, all right, definitely, brother.
Let's get together, and then we'll talk off this thing and put something together. Cause you know I'm with the blackness too.
No doubt, let's do it. There you go.
With the right name. You get with the right name, Black Love. Hey,
no doubt,
man.
Man.
Coming on, man. I really appreciate you giving me your time.
Thank you for having me, my brother. Much respect, man.
All right, tell Remy I said what's up.
I sure will, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.